Hello and welcome to another MCU video, and today we are going to talk about Captain Marvel in 2019. Starting off with the cast, Brie Larson is the main character. Samuel Jackson is in this movie. Lashana Lynch, Ben Mendelsohn, and Jude Law, and he's gonna play the villain of the movie. And there's many more casts as well. Starting off with the movie where Carol is having like some weird dream, and then fortunately when she woke up, she started training with her partner, and that is Jan Rog. And when they were fighting and stuff, fortunately at this time she has her powers, and so she has to like kind of like controlling it as well, like control her anger, control her powers and stuff. Like that's just stuff you gotta do when you're fighting. The Creed group got attacked by the Skrulls, and then Captain Marvel basically got captured by the Skrulls, and she found out she was a pilot with her best friend on Earth. And when Captain Marvel got to Earth, even the Skrulls got to Earth as well. And when they were on the beach, the Skrulls like change into any people they want to be. It's kind of freaky, but they could change into you.
This one's taken.
Seeing Agent Fairy and Agent Phil, remember this guy?
Bill, come in.
Phil. His first name is Agent.
Captain Marvel got on the train and basically trying to figure out what the scroll is, and it was a older lady, and fortunately she had to smack older lady in the face to let the scroll to change into himself. And then after the scroll went away, the scroll basically changed into another person, and the person the scroll changed into was also on the train as well. We had a crazy scene when Phil and Fairy basically was in the car trying to chase one of the scrolls, but fortunately the scroll was in the car with Furry the whole time, because it was actually Agent Phil. Agent Phil did not was in the car this whole time, and he was still at where they found Captain Marvel in the first place. Fairy is telling Captain Marvel he wants to only known as a Fairy.
Everybody calls me Fury. Not Nicholas, not Joseph, not Nick. Just Fury.
Jan Rog is actually showing his villain side, because he is working for the Ronin, and we remember Ronin from Guardians of the Galaxy. We found out when Lawrence and Carol crash their plane, and showing of the scrolls was coming to fight whoever what they were going for, and I have a feeling it was probably Lawrence they were going for, and it was actually Jan Rog was the one killed Lawrence, and we now figure out who was Lawrence the whole time. And when Jan Rog and Carol actually first met each other after the crash, she was about to shoot a big blaster to him, but she actually went for the energy on the plane, and because that's what I have a feeling Jan Rog really wants to go for, so she blasts that, and that blasts on her, and that's how she got her powers. And then the Creed basically took Captain Marvel as a Creed. The group basically found Marvel lab spaceship, and it had the Tesseract in the spaceship, and also it had one of the Skrulls family as well. We had these some flashback from Carol when she was a young girl, and basically it shows like different other ages as well, not just her as more as a young girl and then like more almost close a teenager girl and grown Carol as well, showing all the steps she was going through and getting back up and just never giving up. I really like this scene because I just think this was really cool when she's showing her powers and her glowing of her powers to her new suit. Like this is generally like what Captain Marvel looks like and stuff, and just it looks pretty cool. Goose the cat is actually a flurkin in like alien cat or whatever. uh, Definitely swallow the Tesseract. Captain Marvel stopped the big bomb from the Ronin people and pretty much just throwing it back at them and like destroying their ships. And then we had a very last battle when it was Creed versus Captain Marvel, and that's Jan Rog, and she just basically like shut him up and took him down. And then Goose scratched Fury in the eye, and this is why he's wearing an eye patch in the very first Avengers movie.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Carol gave signal to Fury because we saw this in the post credit scene in Avengers Infinity War. Mostly for this alert is for like an emergency. So fortunately, now we figure out what this signal means. And then we showed Fury is starting the Avengers group and showing there are probably more people like Karen Danvers in the world of Earth living on, in the MCU, I guess. And then also, he found out to get the Avengers name from the plane Carol actually flew. So I thought that was kind of very interesting to know. And then, unfortunately, we got two more post-credit scenes into this movie, and one of them is showing Thanos snapped and the Avengers trying to figure out what's going on and stuff. They figure out what was going on with the alert signal, what Fury had, and it had Captain Marvel logo right on it, and it totally stopped at a moment when they were trying to figure things out and stuff, and then they were trying to figure out what this is and stuff, and then Captain Marvel shows up and fortunately meeting the Avengers the first time, and fortunately she wants to figure out where Fury is. Showing of what is the next movie, and that is Avengers Endgame. And then the second post-credit scene just shows Goose throwing the space stone out of his body. But yeah, that is it. That's Captain Marvel. I don't know. I like Brie Larson character very well. I like Captain Marvel. There was little funny scenes here and there and stuff. It's cool to see like Agent Phil and Nick Fury because fortunately this is, came in, in the round of the 90s time. So that's why the Avengers were not a thing at the time. But overall, than that, but get excited for Avengers Endgame. I'm excited and stuff because it is a huge movie to talk about and stuff. So, same thing as Avengers Infinity War and stuff. That's part one. Avengers Endgame is part two. Like this video. Comment if you want to. Subscribe for more contents. Next is Avengers Endgame. I'm gonna keep saying about that and stuff because I'm getting you hyped. overall, have a nice day and thank you for watching.